What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and boy, oh boy, was this humiliating. A pair of wonderful video clips for you today. Interactions between loser California politician Adam Schiff, as well as unhinged TDS suffering former pseudo-intellectual and now totally obscure weirdo Sam Harris. And in both situations, it was just so expertly set up. Like, Bill Maher is no right-wing guy, obviously, but he sure makes a lot of these loud leftoids really look stupid. I want to start with the probably the best part about it, the best reaction. So this is Bill Maher sets humiliating trap for California Senator Adam Schiff over Trump's Iran attacks. Bill Maher pulled a fast one on California Senator Adam Schiff while discussing the attacks in Iran, leading the Democrat to inadvertently throw shade at the Obama administration. On his show Real Time Friday, Maher read a 2011 quote from Obama camp about presidential power and authorizing military strikes without naming Obama. This statement from the administration: the president had a constitutional authority to direct the use of military force because it could reasonably determine that use of such force was in national interest. That's too vague for you? Maher asked Adam Schiff, who's loudly opposed Trump's decision to strike Iran without congressional approval. Totally vague, the senator replied confidently. Okay, but that's from Obama about Libya. Again, I don't love any foreign conflicts at all. I'm learning what I can about this one. I've already talked about, the price that we've paid, and I don't care for it. Obviously, I don't like it. But one of the things I've constantly pointed out is the crazy level of hypocrisy from the left. Watch this. Watch his face in real time. Bill Maher's real time.
This statement from the administration: the president had the constitutional authority to direct the use of military force because he could reasonably determine that such use of force was in the national interest. That's
so he thinks that this is the Trump administration's comment, just so we're clear.
Too vague for you?
Totally vague.
Okay, because that's from Obama.
The sad truth is just about every president, Obama, Biden, all these people will happily send bombs without congressional approval. But I mean, it's just, now watch the reaction.
About Libya.
Well, Obama made the argument initially that he could go into Syria without an authorization. I and many others pushed back on that argument. Ultimately, he did not go forward with going after Assad, even though Assad was gassing his own people, because he thought he might lose the vote in Congress. But I respect the fact that was important to him. We're watching is backpedaling an Olympic event? I think Adam Schiff should probably, I mean, this is incredible. And the fact that he did not have the support of Congress meant that we weren't going to go forward. We are unquestionably at war now. The founders made an extraordinary decision at the time, which was not to give that power to the president, but to give it to the Congress, because they worried, I think, as Hamilton said, that a president would grow too fond of making war. After Venezuela... You mean like Obama, who I think still has the record for drone strikes? After the earlier Iran conflict, after bombing Nigeria and Iraq and Syria, he's grown too fond of this. And Congress, Don, as you're saying, needs to step up. Oh, they got Don Lemon. He's never coming back on the show after this. Here's a dope. Nice to see Bill Maher's surgical wit use to call out liberal/Dem hypocrisy and the stupidity with the same flair, if not as frequently or zeal, as Trump GOP guests. More balanced late-night lefty morons like Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, and late-night Seth Meyers can begin to stomach. I mean, this guy, he fell for probably one of the, he's flailing. Not a very good poker face there after he found out. This could have been done over and over again to every single Democrat using Obama, Biden, and Clinton quotes. It's all a joke, and we're the butt end of it. Bill should have let it cook a little bit longer. There's no telling what else he would have said. Yeah, before he, I think he did him a solid by not immediately mentioning, oh, well, that was Obama. Like, he immediately mentioned that. If he wouldn't have,
Schiff probably would have went on for 20 minutes about how Trump's a crazy person. By the way, shout out to Meta PCs, link in the description down below. They are, I recently redid my studio, and I have 3 different setups down here. Every one of them is a Meta PC. It's the only computer I trust. Link in the description. Promo code THEQUARTERING, one word, will also save you money on your next one. I think this is the perfect setup. And then he also said this about Iran, the Iran conflict. Then we're going to get to Sam Harris, which is even also bonkers.
Also, this week, war. Did you hear about that thing? We bombed Iran, and it's going on. Now, have you expected me to say I hate it? I don't. Sorry.
Yep.
When he puts boots on the ground, yeah, then I'll hate it. Now, I know too many happy Iranian Americans. Sorry.
I mean, that's kind of where I am. If we want to stay from afar and turn these buildings into rubble, fine. If we ever talk about boots on the ground, obviously, I am immediately opposed. We did lose some soldiers in Kuwait, I believe, and that to me is already a price too high. When we did this around the first time, we lost no soldiers. That was my expectation. I know that's not a reasonable expectation of military action, but I'm just being honest and saying that it is mine.
And
I mean, this is he's shocking his audience. Like, it's almost like, oh crap, we have to applaud.
you cannot name one horrible thing that has happened in the Middle East in the last 50 years and not connect it to this fascist theocracy. They're like 6 degrees of they don't eat bacon. And it's popular. I mean, Iranians all over the world are doing the Trump dance. Have you seen that? The whole world is jerking off 2 guys at once now. It's amazing, yeah.
Look at him go.
Also,
again, here's David. Iran took hostages. They're evil. They're a real threat. They're sponsoring terror. They're taking out Americans. They're building nukes. We have to stop them. Finally gets to Trump. He's like, okay. The difference in views towards Iran. Bush Jr. Send money. Barack. Send money. Biden. Send money. Trump. Send the military. Again, I'm very uncomfortable with this whole thing. But this just shows the hypocrisy of the left. And also, here's another leftoid moron that these people hold up and think he's smart, but he just isn't. And here's Sam Harris getting absolutely embarrassed and called out.
I could not have taken that invitation.
yeah, that's you.
But
This is from, I believe, This Weekend, too. A different show that Bill does.
that's the thing. It's not. I completely understand why you went. I mean, it's totally convincing.
But I honestly feel like your position is not someone who wants to actually make the country better.
Exactly. Sam Harris has been caught on tape numerous times, willingly, having some of the most unhinged takes I've ever seen. But he's right. Sam Harris is simply not interested in making the country any better.
Well,
It's someone who just wants to wallow in Trump hate,
no,
which is fun to wallow in.
Yes. Sorry, Sam. He's right.
I want to make the country better,
No,
and
he
I'm not
doesn't.
wallowing in anything. What I'm seeing is the possibility of that errand backfiring. Right?
How?
Well, the way it backfired in your case. I mean,
It didn't backfire. He went to dinner and it didn't backfire on him at all. What is he talking about?
I mean, look, talk about the aftermath. I mean, he's now attacking you for having come.
Proving my point that I never pulled a punch, never stopped doing my job. There was never a deal on the table that
But what was accomplished? Was anything accomplished? It just seems like a lot of pain.
It was. Look, I don't read my social media. So, I mean, I know you gave up that, which is
That's good.
a big part of your life.
Yeah, well, because he was getting ruthlessly dragged every day.
I was never there.
Right.
So, pain, all I hear is when I go out in public, I walk into a restaurant and 20 people come up to me and say, "Thank God for you." And for
I mean, this is the reality. Look, you have to talk to both sides. And this dinner happened how long ago? More than a year ago. And for a guy that says he's not stewing in Trump hate, he sure brought that up really fast, didn't he? Sam Harris brought that up in exceedingly fast. And it's the point of it is that this guy, he's not dissimilar than some people on the right, to be honest with you. All they want to do is complain. Nothing's ever good enough. No win is complete enough. No victory is good enough. No gas price is cheap enough. No job report is good enough. They're like Wall Street. And I think a big part of it is their career has been built on complaining. And so I think they are audience captured. They actually have no real out. There's no off ramp for people like Sam Harris to say, oh yeah, maybe Trump did something good. Their entire brand is like Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. There's another point in this show where he's like, F Trump is not a political position. And just like your gender ideology isn't a character trait, there's just nothing of value that ever comes out of that. There's no moving the ball forward. There's no improving anything. There's not saying like, look, he's the president. We've got to kind of work within the system that we have. This isn't Sam Harris talking about, hey, this is somebody who we should elect. No, it's just Sam Harris having Trump derangement syndrome like he always does.
Keeping it down the middle and for being honest to both sides. No, I know there are people probably sitting in that restaurant thinking, oh, there's the asshole who had dinner with Trump. And I know in this town, the super woke show business community, most of them don't like me for that. But I don't feel like that is a sophisticated position that I have to respect.
It isn't. And that is like an absolute nuke to Sam Harris and other pseudo-intellectuals that pretend that they're opposing Trump for any real altruism or any altruistic reason, or really any actual defensible position other than orange man bad. It's like Sam Harris began beclowning himself during the coup. Ever since that dinner, he's been defending Trump nonstop. It must have been a magical evening. I mean, the whole thing, Sam Harris is the epitome of academic elitism, which looks down on the nose at everybody, just like Obama and the whole lot of them. They all think they knew better and feel insulted that we don't look up at them all the time. They're true tyrants. And I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Absolutely amazing to see. Great to see these politicians humiliated. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you have a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.